Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we conclude Patreon week. In order to get through all 7 videos before the end of the month, Cute Stuff and I did a video a day for this past week. But we'll be back to our normally scheduled Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. Today's video was brought to us by patron supporter Nick. Nick wanted a deck led by the new mono-black Transformers card, Starscream Power Hungry. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. I've been very happy with the growth this channel has had so far, and I'm excited to see where we're going. If you're looking for ways to support this channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Starscream Power Hungry is a 4-mana, 2/3 legendary artifact robot with flying. He says that whenever we draw a card, if we're the Monarch, target opponent loses 2 life. Additionally, whenever one or more creatures deal combat damage to us, we convert Starscream. Or, we could pay the more than meets the eye cost of 2 and a black when we first cast Starscream, and he comes into play as Starscream Seeker Leader, the flipped side of Starscream Power Hungry. Starscream Seeker Leader is a legendary vehicle with flying, menace, and haste. He also has Living Metal, which means that during our turn, Starscream Seeker Leader is a creature. Which is convenient because there's no crew option for any of the Transformers cards. Whenever Starscream Seeker Leader deals combat damage to a player, if there is no Monarch, that player becomes the Monarch. Additionally, whenever we become the Monarch, we convert Starscream. Okay, so that was a lot of text, but that is to be expected with any 2-sided creature. Nick specifically wanted a deck focused around drawing cards and Monarch shenanigans. He asked for the budget to be between $100 and $200, but asked that we try to keep it on the lower end. What I ended up doing was building a $100 list, but suggesting some upgrades to bring it up to $200. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. For lands, we're running 34 swamps, Bojuka Bog, Cabal Stronghold, and Cabal Coffers. Nick and I discussed adding the cycling lands as well in order to draw more cards, but since we were able to fit Cabal Coffers into the budget, I wanted to run as many swamps as possible. Our mana rocks consist of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Charcoal Diamond, Mind Stone, Thought Vessel, Worn Power Stone, Liquimetal Torque, and Thrawn Dynamo. Dark Ritual for bursts of extra mana, as well as Expedition Map to find our key lands. Wayfarer's Bauble, Burnished Heart, and Solemn Simulacrum for extra lands. We've got a couple of group draw effects in Howling Mine and Temple Bell, a single tutor in Diabolic Tutor, as well as more traditional card draw in Damnable Pact, Sign in Blood, Blood Pact, Painful Lesson, Funeral Rites, Pointed Discussion, Read the Bones, Succumb to Temptation, Greed, and Siphon Mind. And thanks to reprints, I was also able to fit a Phyrexian Arena into the deck's budget. Custody Lich will help thin out our opponent's creatures, but we're also running Feed the Swarm, You Are Already Dead, Baleful Mastery, The Eldest Reborn, Shriekmaw, Fleshbag Marauder, Doomblade, Hero's Downfall, Ravenous Chupacabra, Plague Crafter, and Braid's Arisen Nightmare to make everyone hate us. We are mono black after all. We're running Feast of Succession and Dregs of Sorrow. The first one is on theme, while the second one is something underplayed that I've been wanting to try. Starscream is a coward, so he requires as much protection as possible. Therefore, we're running Supernatural Stamina, Malakir Rebirth, Kaya's Ghost Form, Demonic Vigor, Feigned Death, Undying Evil, Lightning Greaves, and Swiftfoot Boots. I know that when Starscream converts, we lose all enchantments and equipment, but I figure the shoes are good enough for when we need to keep our commander on board. The core of our deck consists of Court of Ambition, Marchesa's Decree, Garlus Sycophant, Thorn of the Black Rose, Ob Nixilis the Hate-Twisted, Fate Unraveler, Underworld Dreams, Warlock Class, Tormented Soul, Infernal Offering, and Peer into the Abyss, which also serves as our sudden I Win card. Now, let's take a look at our deck and compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 37 lands, 13 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. 16 pieces of card advantage, a little heavy, but that's kind of the point of this deck. 12 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I Win card. So our deck checks all the boxes and is a lot of fun to play. I had originally thought to build the deck a bit more Voltron because Starscream cares about attacking, but the idea of having to re-equip everything every turn just sounded awful. So after talking it over with Nick, we decided to focus on card draw. We even included some group hug effects in Howling Mine, Temple Bell, and Infernal Offering. Now, as far as upgrades go, we'll want to include all of the cycling lands: Polluted Mire, Desert of the Glorified, Blasted Landscape, Barrenmoor, and Ash Barrens, as well as some utility lands like War Room. Because if we're going to include Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, we might as well have more than just swamps. If you find yourself running about half utility lands, I would then split the basics into half regular basics and half snow basics, and then try to fit in a Field of the Dead as well. It's not necessary for the deck strategy, but it makes people groan when you play it. Rankle Master of Pranks and Black Market Connections are also solid upgrades and should be looked at. But I'd like to add some more damage doublers, like Sower of Discord, Wound Reflection, or Archfiend of Despair. I'm sure that many of you are excited to see more Transformers decks. I know that Nick is. Will there be more? Which one are you most excited to build? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Jiraiya, Waffles, Muffins, Casey, Danny, Nick, Marcus, Black Dragon, Phoenix of Ice, Daniel, and Kyo. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.